My friend, as we grow older, we often think the biggest battles are with our health, our energy, or the slow changes in our bodies. But the truth is, one of the most painful battles we face isn't with our body at all. It's with words. The words people say to us, especially in our later years, can either heal or deeply wound us. A kind word can make you feel alive, respected, and valued. But a cruel word, spoken without care, can cut deeper than any illness. That's why in this video, I want to talk with you about something that matters so much to your peace of mind. The things no one should ever say to you in old age. These are not small comments to brush off. They are heavy, damaging words that attack your dignity. And if you ever hear them from someone close to you, whether it's a family member, a neighbor, or even a so-called friend, the best thing you can do is protect your spirit and walk away. Let's go through these words together, one by one. And as we do, I want you to remember this truth. You are worthy of respect at every stage of life. Nothing and no one has the right to take that away. The first one, and maybe the most painful of all, is when someone looks at you and says, "Stop being a burden." Have you ever heard someone use the word burden? It's a word that carries so much weight, and it should never, ever be used to describe another human being, especially someone in their later years. When someone says, "You're a burden," what they are really saying is, your needs are too heavy, your presence is too much, your life is inconvenient. And my friend, those are lies. You are not a burden. You are a human being with dignity, with history, with love to give, and with every right to ask for care and compassion when you need it. Think about this. When a child needs help, we never call them a burden. We see them as precious, deserving of attention, guidance, and care. So why should it be any different when we grow older? The truth is, needing support in old age is as natural as needing support in childhood. Both are seasons of life where care is part of love. If someone throws this word at you, it reveals something about them, not about you. It shows their lack of patience, their lack of compassion, and their inability to see your worth. But it does not define who you are. You deserve to be surrounded by voices that call you loved, not voices that call you heavy. So remember this. You are not a burden. You are someone's parent, someone's friend, someone's neighbor, someone with stories, with wisdom, with laughter, and with tears. Your presence is not weight. Your presence is a gift. And if someone cannot see that, protect your heart and step away. Now let's turn to another phrase that can cut deep. You're too old to matter anymore. Imagine those words landing on your heart. What they really say is, your voice doesn't count. Your opinions don't matter. Your life has already passed its worth. But let me tell you something. Age does not erase your value. In fact, age adds to it. Every year of your life is a chapter filled with lessons, with experiences, with memories that no one else can carry. When someone dismisses your worth because of your age, they are blind to the richness you hold inside. Think about the wisdom you've gained, the mistakes you've learned from, the love you've given and received. These things don't vanish because you've turned 70 or 80 or 90. If anything, they shine brighter. You matter not because of what you can do in this moment, but because of who you are. Sometimes, younger people forget this truth. They live so fast, always chasing tomorrow, that they can't see the treasure sitting right in front of them. And so they say careless words, words that cut, words that suggest your time of importance has ended. But don't you believe that for a second. You matter today. You matter because your story is still unfolding. You matter because your presence brings comfort to someone. You matter because your smile, your words, your very being still carry meaning. And as long as you are here, you matter. So if someone tries to tell you otherwise, do not waste your precious energy arguing with them. Do not beg them to see your worth. Just walk away and keep walking toward the people who already know your value. Now let's turn to the third phrase, one that doesn't just insult your abilities, but tries to crush your spirit. You should just accept being useless now. Think about what this really says. It's telling you that because you are older, you no longer have a role. You no longer contribute. You no longer count. And that, my friend, is one of the most dangerous lies of all. Because usefulness isn't just about lifting heavy boxes or working long hours. Usefulness is about impact. And the impact you have today is still real, even if it looks different than it did years ago. Maybe you share advice with someone younger. That is useful. Maybe you comfort a friend who is lonely. That is useful. Maybe your presence brings calm to a family gathering. That is useful. Being older doesn't erase your usefulness. It changes it. It transforms it into something softer, deeper, and often even more powerful. When someone says, accept being useless, what they're really saying is that they can't see your value anymore. But their blindness does not make you invisible. Your usefulness is written into every smile you've caused, every hand you've held, every piece of wisdom you've given, every bit of love you've shared. So no, you are not useless. You are needed in ways that cannot always be measured by tasks or chores. You are useful because you exist, and your existence changes the lives around you. Next comes a phrase that tries to push you into silence. Why don't you just stay out of the way? Think about what that means. It's not just asking you to move aside physically. It's telling you that your place in life is no longer valid. It's pushing you into silence, into invisibility, into a corner where you're expected to simply exist without taking up space. But here's the truth. You are not meant to shrink yourself. You are not meant to stay out of the way. You are meant to live, to speak, to be heard, to be seen, to still have a presence in this world. Every stage of life gives us the right to belong. As children, we belong in the arms of our parents. As adults, we belong in the building of families and communities. And in our later years, we still belong in conversations, in decisions, in traditions, in the flow of life itself. When someone says, stay out of the way, what they are really saying is, I don't value your presence. But their words cannot erase your belonging. You belong because you are part of a family, part of a community, part of this human story. You belong because your life has roots that still nourish the world around you. Think about how powerful your presence still is. When you sit with your children or grandchildren, your presence connects generations. When you share a story, you carry memory into the future. When you smile or laugh, you bring light into the room. That is not being in the way. That is being at the heart of life itself. So, my friend, if someone ever tries to push you aside, if they tell you to be quiet, to sit out, to stop being part of things, remember this. You do not need their permission to belong. You already belong. You belong because you are alive, and life itself gives you a place. Do not stay out of the way. Stay in the center of your own life. And if someone cannot respect that, walk away with dignity, not shame. And finally, perhaps the cruelest phrase of them all. At your age, you don't have much left anyway. Can you imagine the coldness behind those words? It's not just dismissive. It's hopeless. It reduces the rest of your life to nothing but decline. It says, there is no future for you. There is no reason to dream. There is nothing left worth living for. But let me tell you something, as clearly as I can. As long as you are breathing, you have something left. You have moments left. You have conversations left. You have laughter left. You have lessons left to teach, hands left to hold, love left to give. Life is not measured only in years. Life is measured in meaning. One day spent in peace is worth more than 100 days spent in bitterness. One heartfelt conversation can heal wounds that have lasted for decades. One moment of laughter can brighten a soul weighed down by worry. And who is to say how much you have left? None of us knows the number of our days. A young person may think they have a lifetime ahead, but they, too, are fragile. Life is not promised to anyone. So do not let someone take away the value of your future just because they see you as old. The truth is, some of the most beautiful things in life happen in later years. Friendships deepen. Gratitude grows stronger. Small joys shine brighter. And often, it is only with age that we finally learn how to let go of what doesn't matter and embrace what does. So if someone says, you don't have much left, you can answer in your heart, what I have left is still mine, and I will live it fully, with dignity and joy. You are not finished until life itself says so. And until that day comes, you still have something precious to give and something beautiful to live. In conclusion, each of these phrases carries poison. They try to strip away dignity, belonging, and hope. But I want you to remember something very important. Just because someone says these words does not make them true. You are not a burden. You are not invisible. You are not useless. You are not in the way. And you are not running out of value. You are a human being with worth that does not expire, with meaning that does not fade, and with a future that still holds moments worth cherishing. So if someone speaks these words to you, walk away. Protect your peace. Protect your spirit. Surround yourself with people who see your worth, who honor your journey, who celebrate your presence. Because you deserve to live the rest of your life in the company of love, not cruelty. And maybe this is the life lesson for all of us, no matter our age. Words have power. Use them to lift, not to crush. Speak with respect, not dismissal. And when we find ourselves on the receiving end of toxic words, may we have the wisdom to walk away and the courage to keep living with dignity. So hold your head high, my friend. Your life still matters. Your story still matters. And you, at every age, still matter.